Hello everyone, welcome to 𝗵𝗲𝐻 Academy. Today, as requested by many students, we are just going to give our analysis of the cutoff that is possible for this upcoming APSC exam. Now, as soon as the exams got over, the main concern of the students is whether they should start preparing for the mains. तो इसके लिए स्टूडेंट्स का सबसे बड़ा फोकस है ये कट ऑफ मार्क्स कितने होंगे. So today we are going to do a small little analysis based on the data that we have collected. What are the possibilities that we can hope for the cutoff? So now if you look at it, the number of posts advertised this year that everyone is aware. So the number of posts is roughly about 235. Okay, and the number of candidates, those who appeared, that means those who filled up the form, not appeared, those who filled up the form are 67,251. But it is not necessary that all the students appeared, because many students did inform that they did not appear for the exam even though they filled up the form. So now if you look at it, हमारा जो सर्वे का जो डेटा है, that will give us an idea how we are going to do this analysis, because our analysis is based on the survey that we conducted of the students. We had given an online Google form fill up, plus offline also we had our own students who are informed us, and lot of messages, communication. So all that we have collated together. Okay. So now based on the survey that we have conducted, we have got certain percentage of students who have how much they are expecting based on the answer key that was released by the APSC. So now if you look at this diagram that we have generated using the data that was available, now if you look at it here, the main thing that we need to understand, how many students are expecting 100 plus score in the GS paper 1. Only about 4% of the respondents. इसका मतलब क्या है? Out of the 6,800 students, only about 272 students said that they would be getting 100 plus. That's a very small number. Now look at the second level. We have asked 91 to 100. How many would be getting that many marks? In that category also, we found only about 6% of the students are getting. That means roughly 408 students in number are getting this many marks. The next level, if you go little lower, 81 to 90 marks, how many students expect to be in this range? We have here a little higher, that is 7% or 476 students. Now, bulk of students, a good number, are in the range. This range is going to be the crucial range, where a lot of students are fitting into this range, 71 to 80. So there we have about 1,496 respondents. They said that they would be expecting somewhere this range. A huge number, a huge bulk we can say of the survey, that is more than 60%, have said their score would be between 61 to 70. So this data is purely based on the survey we conducted. Okay, there is no assumption here. The same data table, I have put it in this way so that you will get an idea. So if you look at this data, इसमें हमें क्या पता चलता है? 100 plus is a very small percentage. If you go little lower marks, percentage goes on increasing. So now cutoff can be where? That is the question. Cutoff कहाँ पे आ सकता है? Definitely cutoff cannot be here, because this is not possible. Not many students will fit into this category, because the number of candidates to be selected for mains is also little higher. Okay, so this is not possible. This is also less likely. So the range that we could think of is between these two for the cutoff. Okay, so that is the possible range that we are thinking of. So we will come to that, how much could be the cutoff and why and how. Now, if you want to have a clear idea about the cutoff, this pie diagram will tell you, based on the survey that we conducted of the students, if you see here, 100 plus marks scoring comes only a small piece. It is not much. 91 to 100 is also only 6% as a small part. 81 to 90 is also a little small percentage only, but these are the possible candidates for selection. But however, going by the 1:11 or 1:12 number of candidates to be selected, there is a possibility cutoff could also slip down to this range. There is a possibility, but this is less likely. This 61 to 70 is less likely. Okay. Now therefore, जब हम cutoff की बात करते हैं, we have to look at it. For example, if you look at it, what is the possibility? We cannot think of this one, 2585, that is 1:11. If you say the total number of candidates to be selected could be 2585. If you take 1:12, then definitely ये number थोड़ा बढ़ जाएगा. Now, going by the 1:11, that is what we are calculating. General category students का vacancy कितना है? 107. If you multiply that by 11 times, the selection could come around 1177 students. Similarly, it applies to other category, OBC, MOBC. There are 73 vacancies, multiplied by 11, you will get 803. लेकिन APSC का notification they have given per category, it will be taken, not the total. Therefore, don't go by the total and thinking that are 2000 selections. You have to go by category wise for your category ka selection marks. Okay. Now, what are the key factors that could influence, that could be a determinant of this cutoff this time? Based on the students ka feedback, we have come out with certain things. Number one is the objective one, the number of students who appeared for the exam. जैसे मैंने आपको बोला, the number of students who filled the form are 67,251, but not all the students appeared for the exam. That means what? The actual number of candidates appeared is less than the form fill up. It means it opens a chance for more qualifications, right? That is one possibility. Second one is the number of posts. This is little tougher this time, क्योंकि last year का जो exam हुआ था, we had 900 plus posts, but this time it is much less, 235. So if you look at the number of posts, we can say cutoff might go little higher. Why? For very few candidates to be selected, considering the 235 posts. But at the same time, we also have to consider the post multiplied by the number of times of vacancy, that is 1:11. So it gives some hope that okay, 1:11, if they are going to select, there are some chances. But if it goes to 1:12, there are little more chances as well. Very important factor in this exam is this one, the level of toughness. Most students उनका रिस्पॉन्स में भी बोले थे या कम्युनिकेशन में हमारे साथ बोले थे कि इस बार का एग्जाम थोड़ा टफ था. इसमें एक ट्रिक भी है. सम क्वेश्चंस अपीयर टू बी फेमिलियर, बट देयर वाज अ लिटिल कंफ्यूजन ऑफ द चॉइसेस वेयर द सिलेक्शन हैड टू बी मेड, वेदर ऑप्शन ओनली 1 और ओनली 1 and 3 और ओनली 2 and 4 एक्सेट्रा. इसी में क्या हुआ, स्टूडेंट्स का ये टफनेस लेवल भी थोड़ा बढ़ गया. एंड व्हाट हैपन आल्सो, in the process, some students also made some mistakes. They accepted that they made some mistakes in the ticking the right option. Okay. Now that leads to another very important factor of negative marking. Okay. Now this negative marking is going to play a very important role this time also. Why? As per our survey and students का open honest sharing, many students ने कहा कि सर हमको लगा ये आंसर राइट होगा, हमने अटेम्प्ट कर लिया, लेकिन आंसर की देखा, बाद में वो क्रॉस चेक किया, तभी पता चला कुछ कुछ गलत हो गया। इसका मतलब क्या है, आपका पॉजिटिव स्कोर से नेगेटिव मार्किंग थोड़ा माइनस होगा डेफिनेटली। एज अ रिजल्ट व्हाट इज गोइंग टू हैपन, द कट ऑफ possibly will be also affected by the negative marking. That means what, per wrong question you will lose 0.5 marks. Okay, so now based on the students ka feedback, we are saying these are some of the important factors that could in a way determine affect the cutoff marks this time. So now what does the APSC ka notification say? So if you look at the advertisement, they have very clearly said this time for the mains ka selection, they are going to take, that is 11 to 12 times the number of vacancy, that is 11 to 12 times. So what we do, we are assuming it to be 11 times. We are not even going for 12 times, that will give you more opportunity. So we are sticking to 11 times. So we calculated this, which I already told you. So in general category there are 107 vacancy. If you multiply 11 times, the possibility of selection is 1177. So we have to see now, इतना स्टूडेंट्स को सिलेक्शन करने के लिए कट ऑफ कितना होगा, that is our point. Similarly you can look at OBC or MOBC. There are 73 posts, so 803 students have to be selected. तो इनको इतना स्टूडेंट्स को सेलेक्ट करने के लिए कट ऑफ कितना हो सकता है. So that is what now we are going to look into. So now let's look at the possibilities of cutoff. So I bring both these together. This is where we have the survey, the number of students who said how many marks they would be getting. So now let's look at it. General category में हम क्या बोल रहे हैं, if they take 1:11, they have to select 1177 students minimum. So can it be 100 plus marks? So if you stick to 100 plus marks, very few students will fit into the category. That means this cannot be a possibility unless exceptionally well some students have done. That is appears to be very difficult. Second possibility, therefore cutoff could go down from 91 to 100. But even then, if you consider this, the total number of students would be still less than the required. So there is another possibility that cutoff थोड़ा और नीचे जा सकता है, that is 81 to 90 का range. This range is a plausible range. Why? As per the students का feedback, how much they would be scoring, and as per the number of posts vacant, we could say that this range is a possible range, that is 81 to 90. However, if you consider also, suppose APSC takes 1:12, and assuming that some students did not appear for the exam, so that opens up the chance for cutoff even to go a little lower. I am not saying too much lower, a little lower only. So there is a possibility it can come a little to this range. So our range we mark here, that is between somewhere 71 to 82. This range could be the possible range for the cutoff. Okay, where you can say that this many students will also fit in. So based on this, what is our cutoff का prediction for this year का APSC prelims? So if you look at it here, what we are saying, based on the possibility, we are putting our range here for general category from 78 to 83, that is for the male, and for female 75 to 80. Okay, OBC and MOBC, since there are 73 posts, if you multiply by 11, 800 selections are possible. So we are saying the range could be 10 mark less. We are considering here 68 to 73. Okay, for female 65 to 70. Similarly, for SC, normally the marks are quite lower. So 58 to 63 is a possible cutoff, matlab reasonable range. And for females 55 to 60, we are taking here the range of 5 marks. Okay, in every category. ST plain, we are considering only 2 marks difference. Okay, because the number of posts are also not many. Therefore, we are not keeping a big margin. Only 2 marks difference we are holding. So, if you hold even 2 marks ka difference, it could possibly come down to 56. So, 56 to 61 could be the likely range. And for female, 53 to 58. And for ST Hills, 53 is what we expect, honestly. Okay. So 53 to 58, and here female 50 to 55. However, I must tell you, this is based on the sample survey that we got. Okay. Because no cutoff can be accurate because entire population is not surveyed, right? So, but it however gives you an idea looking at the students' score, how much they expect to get this time. So this is the range of cutoff that we have worked out in Bhadra IAS Academy. Okay, and the same thing, if you look at it here, this is based on this survey. Okay, so what we are trying to say, this range seems to be too high, this range also seems to be little too high. So the cutoff could very well range here mostly. However, there is a possibility instead of going very low, it might come here to 78. That's what we are saying. So 78 to 83, this is our range. Matlab between these two is what we are saying could be the cutoff. Okay, and so this is our cutoff. Now we don't want to disappoint anybody or discourage anybody. Yes, however, if you are getting much lower than this, definitely it is a matter of you have to wait and see. Okay, but however, if you are somewhere getting in this range, suppose you are in general category, if you are somewhere getting 78, or even if you are getting 75, 76, 77, there is still you can hope for a better possibility. That means what? Instead of wasting time too much on speculation, you could also at least start thinking about your mains ka preparation. You can collect some study material. You can at least have a mindset thinking that there is a possibility. Okay, so this is the cutoff that what we expect to happen this time. And if you anywhere fit in here, definitely you can think about your mains ka preparation as well. Okay, now already some students have come, they are saying, sir, when are we going to start the mains ka preparation, because we hope that we are already there in the cutoff. And so they are saying better to start early rather than waiting. So we said, okay, we will announce the crash course. So Bhadra IAS Academy is launching the mains ka crash course on 8th of April. Okay, now this is the crash course, but along with the crash course we are also offering test series for mains, like answer writing. Last year so many students basically were asking again and again for answer writing practice. So definitely answer writing practice will also be available, plus our special paper, what we call the GS5 paper, which is seem to be always very dynamic, that also will be offered for preparation. So crash course, test series, answer writing and GS5 paper, all this package will be available. Okay, so you can start your preparation. In the end, time will be very less because mains can also be possibly somewhere in mid-June. That is what the expectation. Okay, if you have any query, if you want to get any further information, you can contact in this number, that is 8638391721, Bhadra IAS Academy. You can call for any further information that you are looking for. So all the best for the upcoming mains exam. Prepare well, don't waste too much time. Thank you.